Have you ever stopped to think about why that door you so desperately wanted to open simply won't budge? Why that path that seemed perfect suddenly became blocked? What if I told you that the universe isn't preventing you from moving forward, but rather protecting you from something you can't yet see? For those born under the sign of Aries, this truth can completely change the way you view the obstacles in your life. Aries, you are known for your courage, your will to conquer the world, your unstoppable energy that keeps you going even when everyone says it's impossible. But what happens when the universe puts a wall in front of you? When doors start closing one after another? Have you ever felt that frustration of knocking, and nothing happening? Well, know that there is a cosmic reason behind it, and today you will discover exactly what is happening behind the scenes of your journey. In this video, we'll reveal 9 clear signs that the universe is closing doors not to punish you, not to leave you behind, but to protect you from paths that would hurt you, divert you from your true purpose, or make you waste precious time with people and situations that don't deserve your fiery energy. Each closed door carries a message, each obstacle has a profound meaning, and you need to understand this now before forcing your way through to places where you shouldn't be. If you continue watching until the end, you will learn to identify when the universe is redirecting you. You will discover how to trust divine timing even though you are so impatient by nature. And above all, you will understand that sometimes the greatest blessing is precisely what hasn't happened yet. But if you ignore these signs and continue forcing doors that should remain closed, you may end up missing much greater opportunities that are being prepared for you elsewhere, at another time. The consequences of not paying attention to what the cosmos is trying to show you can be painful and cause you to waste years of your life. So get ready, because what you're about to discover could completely transform your perspective on the challenges you're facing right now. Stick with me until the end, because the final revelation might be exactly the answer you've been looking for. Sign 1. Opportunities that seem certain begin to crumble without explanation. Aries, you know that feeling of being absolutely certain about something, don't you? When you look at an opportunity and feel deep in your soul that it's yours, that path was made for you to walk. You prepare, you dedicate yourself, you put all your fiery energy in that direction. And then, without any warning, everything starts to crumble. Things that seem to fit perfectly suddenly no longer make sense. People who were excited start to back away. Plans that were firm begin to unravel like sand through your fingers. For your impulsive and decisive temperament, this is one of the most frustrating experiences there is. You don't understand how something that was so clear, so defined, can simply evaporate before your eyes. And your first reaction, being an Aries, is to fight even harder, to push harder, to use all your determination to make it happen no matter what. But here's the truth the universe is trying to show you through this sign. When something is truly aligned with your destiny, things flow. Challenges may appear, yes, but there's a natural current that carries you forward. When everything starts to crumble without logical explanation, when you feel like you're swimming against an impossible tide, the cosmos is telling you something very important. This opportunity that's slipping away might seem perfect on the surface, but the universe sees layers you can't yet see. Maybe that incredible job came with a toxic environment that would destroy your mental health. Maybe that partnership that seemed promising involved people who would betray you in the future. Maybe that relationship you so desperately wanted to force would trap you in a cycle of pain and disappointment. The universe isn't denying you success. It's sparing you suffering disguised as opportunity. And here's what you need to understand deeply, Aries. Your nature is that of a warrior, a conqueror, someone who doesn't give up easily. These are wonderful qualities that take you far in life. But there's a huge difference between healthy persistence and destructive stubbornness. Persistence is when you keep fighting for something that has real potential, that resonates with your soul, that flows despite the challenges. Stubbornness is when you refuse to let go of something that the universe itself is snatching from your hands for your own good. When you realize an opportunity is inexplicably crumbling, stop for a moment. Take a deep breath. Honestly ask yourself if you're fighting for something you truly want, or just because your Aries ego can't accept defeat. Ask yourself if that door that's closing isn't freeing you up for something much bigger. And above all, trust that the universe isn't testing you to see if you're strong enough. It's protecting you because you're too valuable to waste your energy on dead ends. Letting go isn't weakness, it's wisdom. And recognizing when something isn't for you isn't giving up, it's honoring the greater plan being woven for your life, even if you can't yet see the complete picture. Sign 2, you feel an inexplicable internal resistance even though you really want it. This is one of the most confusing and contradictory signs you can experience. Aries. Imagine the situation. There's something you really want, something that makes perfect sense in your mind, something you've planned and dreamed about. It could be an important project, a move to a new city, a new business, a relationship that seems to have everything going for it. In your head, everything is clear. You know exactly why you want it and can list 20 logical reasons to go for it. But deep down, there's a strange feeling, a discomfort you can't explain, a resistance that makes no rational sense. You try to ignore this feeling because it completely contradicts what your mind is telling you. You force yourself to feel excited, trying to convince yourself that you're just scared or insecure. After all, you're an Aries. You're not afraid of anything, right? You were born to take risks, to be brave, to dive headfirst into your choices. So why is this part of you holding back? Why is there this voice whispering that something isn't right, even when everything seems perfect on paper? The truth is that the universe speaks to us in many ways, and one of the most powerful is through our intuition. That inexplicable feeling in your chest is not weakness, it's not irrational fear, it's not you sabotaging yourself. It's your soul receiving information from the spiritual plane that your conscious mind is not yet able to process. It's as if the universe is sending you a warning signal, a yellow light telling you to slow down, observe more closely, feel more deeply before taking the next step. Aries, you live very much in the energy of fire, of action, of constant movement. And that's beautiful, it's an essential part of who you are. But sometimes you need to slow down and honor what you're feeling, even when you can't explain it logically. That inner resistance might be saving you from a huge mistake. It might be protecting you from people who would use you. It might be preventing you from investing time and energy in something that has no future. It might be saving you for something much better that's coming. Think about it this way. If you were driving and suddenly felt a strong urge to brake, even without seeing any visible danger on the road, would you completely ignore that feeling and accelerate even more? Of course not. You would slow down, look more carefully. Trust that instinct that might be picking up something your eyes haven't yet seen. The same logic applies to your life. When there is an inexplicable internal resistance, the universe is asking you to slow down, to observe better, to avoid making impulsive decisions that you might regret later. And here's something very important you need to understand. This resistance doesn't necessarily mean you should never follow that path. Sometimes it just means it's not the right time yet, that you need to grow a little more, learn something essential, or wait for other pieces to fall into place before moving forward. Divine timing is real, and forcing things before the right time can completely ruin something that would be wonderful if you had the patience to wait for the right moment. So when you feel that contradiction between what your mind wants and what your heart is whispering, stop. Honor that feeling. Don't force yourself to move forward just because you think you should or because other people expect it of you. Give yourself permission to wait, to feel, to trust what's happening inside you. That inner resistance might be the universe gently closing a door before you hurt yourself by forcing your way in. Listen, feel, trust. If this message resonated with your zodiac sign, trust me, it's no coincidence. When the universe wants to speak to you, it sends exactly the right signal. And you're here because you needed to hear this today. Your contribution as a subscriber or member is what keeps these messages alive. Messages that touch, awaken, and transform lives. And if this video made sense to you, leave your birth date in the comments. Now let's continue with our video. Sign 3. The people involved begin to reveal their true colors at the last moment. Aries, you are known for trusting people intensely and truly. When you decide someone is your friend, your business partner, your love, or your ally, you completely surrender to that connection. You defend these people, you believe in them, you invest your fiery energy in that relationship. And one of the most painful ways the universe can close a door to protect you is by revealing the true nature of the people involved just when you are about to take an important step with them. Have you ever been about to sign a contract, formalize a partnership, or make a serious commitment to someone? And suddenly, as if a mask were falling, you start to see behaviors you never noticed before? Strange comments that reveal values completely different from your own. Selfish attitudes that don't match the image that person has built. Lies that begin to unravel. Hidden intentions that finally come to the surface. And you're confused, shocked because you swear you didn't see those signs before. How could you not notice? How was it possible that person hid their true essence so well? Here is the spiritual truth behind it. The The universe controls the timing of revelations. When you are walking towards a door you shouldn't cross, one that would lead you to toxic or destructive situations, the cosmos causes the masks to fall at exactly the right moment. Not before because you needed to learn certain lessons. Not after because it would be too late and the damage would already be done. But precisely at the crucial point where you can still retreat, still change direction, still save yourself from that dangerous path. For you, Aries, this is especially important because you tend to be loyal to the last drop. When you commit to something or someone, you take it very seriously. You're not the type to give up easily or abandon people. So the universe knows that if it doesn't show you the truth loud and clear, you'll move on even with that strange feeling in your chest. You'll try to make it work. You'll give more chances. You'll believe that people can change. And while these qualities are noble, they can also put you in situations where you waste years of your life with the wrong people. When someone reveals their true colors at the last minute, pay close attention. Don't downplay what you're seeing. Don't make excuses to justify the person's behavior. Don't let your loyalty or your desire to make things work blind you to the reality being exposed before you. The universe is literally unveiling the truth, so that you can see clearly before committing to something that will deeply hurt you. And here's something that might be hard to accept. Sometimes that person isn't bad. They're simply not the right person for you at this moment or in this specific situation. Maybe you both have fundamentally incompatible values. Maybe your life goals are very different. Maybe one person's energy is in direct conflict with the other's. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. It doesn't mean you were wrong to trust them or that you're naive. It just means the universe is clearly showing you that that door needs to close so you don't get stuck in a dynamic that doesn't serve you. When the true colors appear, be grateful. Seriously. Thank the universe for showing you this before it's too late. Thank the divine protection that is at work in your life. And above all, have the courage to step back, to say no, to close that door yourself that the cosmos is showing you shouldn't be crossed. Your loyalty is beautiful, but it needs to be directed towards the right people. And the universe is helping you filter out who deserves your trust and who doesn't. Sign 4. Practical obstacles arise in sequence as if something were preventing you. Imagine this situation, Aries. You've decided you're going to make something happen. You've drawn up the plan, you have the energy, you're determined to achieve that goal. And then a bizarre series of practical obstacles begins, seemingly appearing out of nowhere. The approved funding is suddenly denied without a clear explanation. The document you need gets lost in transit. The key person who was supposed to sign the contract gets sick that very day. The car breaks down. The computer crashes. The meeting is canceled. One unforeseen event after another, as if the universe itself were conspiring to stop you from moving forward. For your fiery temperament, this is absolutely infuriating. You interpret these obstacles as challenges you need to overcome, as tests of your strength and determination, and you fight each one with all your energy. You find another way to get the funding. You chase after another copy of the document. You reschedule the meeting. You fix the car. You don't give up because giving up isn't in your vocabulary. And although this persistence is one of your greatest qualities, there comes a point when you need to stop and ask, aren't these obstacles signs that this isn't the right path? The universe doesn't place obstacles in your path randomly. Every obstacle has a purpose. Every difficulty carries a message. When one thing or another goes wrong, yes, it may simply be part of the natural process of any journey. But when obstacles arise in sequence, one after the other, in a way that makes it seem almost impossible to move forward, the cosmos is literally building a wall between you and that direction. And that wall isn't there to challenge you. It's there to protect you. Think of all the stories you've heard of people who forced something to happen against all odds, only to discover it was the worst decision of their lives. The person who insisted on that deal despite all the red flags and ended up losing everything. The couple who forced their marriage despite all the problems that arose and ended in a painful divorce. The investment made despite all the complications that resulted in enormous losses. How many of these stories could have ended differently if the person had paid attention to the obstacles as signs of divine protection? Aries, you need to learn the difference between challenges that strengthen you and obstacles that warn you. Challenges that strengthen you are those that, despite being difficult, seem meaningful. You feel you are growing as you overcome them. You realize you are learning something valuable. There is a sense of progress even in difficulty. But obstacles that warn you are different. They seem absurd, disproportionate, inexplicable. You feel like you're banging your head against the wall repeatedly and getting nowhere. It's as if you're trying to force a piece that simply doesn't fit into the puzzle. And here's what you can do when you notice this pattern of obstacles in sequence. First, stop fighting for a moment. Just stop. Breathe. Take a step back and look at the situation from a distance. Ask yourself honestly, are you fighting for something you truly want or just because your pride won't accept that something is preventing you from moving forward? Second, pay attention to how you're feeling. Is there genuine enthusiasm beneath the frustration or just stubbornness? Third, be open to considering that perhaps that door is closing because there's a much better door opening in another direction. The universe never closes one door without opening another. But you need to stop pushing the closed door so hard to see the new opportunities arising around you. Your determination is a gift, but it needs to be used wisely. Not every battle is worth fighting. Not every door is worth breaking down. And sometimes, the greatest victory is having the humility and wisdom to recognize when you are being redirected towards something better, even if it hurts your ego at the moment. Sign 5. You lose genuine enthusiasm and start acting on autopilot. This sign is particularly revealing for you, Aries, because enthusiasm is practically your trademark. When you truly want something, when something resonates with your essence, you overflow with energy. Your eyes sparkle when you talk about it. You wake up excited. You feel that fire in your chest that makes you want to pursue your goal with everything you have. This passion is the natural fuel of your sign. It's what moves you and makes you achieve incredible things in life. But then something strange happens. You keep pursuing that goal, you keep striving, you keep telling yourself and others that it's important. But the spark has faded. The genuine enthusiasm has disappeared. You're acting on autopilot, doing things because you've already started, because you've already invested time and energy, because you've already told everyone you were going to do it. But the truth is, you don't feel anything anymore. It's as if you're fulfilling an obligation instead of following a dream. And here's what usually happens. You try to ignore this lack of enthusiasm. You convince yourself it's just tiredness, that it's just a phase, that the excitement will return. You seek motivation from external sources, watch inspiring videos, read books about persistence, try to force yourself to feel that passion again. But it's no use, because when the universe is closing a door, it also removes the energy that fueled that path. It extinguishes the inner fire that made you continue in that direction. And that's not by chance. The cosmos knows that you, Aries, are driven by passion. So when it wants to show you that something is no longer for you, it simply removes the passion. It's as if the universe shuts off the energy of that path so that you can clearly feel that something has changed, that it no longer vibrates at the same frequency as you. And this is one of the gentlest and clearest ways the universe redirects you. If you are willing to pay attention and honor what you are feeling. Think about how many people spend years, even decades, stuck on paths that no longer excite them. They stay in jobs they hate because they've already invested so much time in that career. They remain in relationships that no longer bring joy because they've already built a life together. They maintain businesses that drain their energy because they're afraid to admit they no longer want them. And deep down, these people are wasting the most precious years of their lives by not having the courage to acknowledge that the enthusiasm is gone, and that this means something important. You Aries have an advantage here. You were born with a strong connection to your inner passion. When something feels right for you, you know why you feel it. So when that feeling fades, you need the courage to acknowledge that something has changed. Maybe you've changed. Maybe circumstances have changed. Maybe that goal has served its purpose in your journey, and now it's time to let go. The reason doesn't matter. What matters is that the absence of genuine enthusiasm is one of the clearest signs that the universe is inviting you to redirect your energy. And don't blame yourself for it. There's nothing wrong with changing direction. There's nothing wrong with recognizing that something you once wanted no longer resonates with who you are today. In fact, it's a sign of growth, of evolution, of self-awareness. People who have the courage to follow their true passion, even when it means abandoning paths they've already invested heavily in, are the ones who live more authentic and fulfilling lives. So stop and honestly ask yourself, do you still feel that true fire for what you're seeking? Or are you just going through the motions because you've already started? If the answer is the second option, consider that the universe may be closing that door to free you up for something that will genuinely rekindle your passion. Your enthusiasm is a sacred guide. Trust it. And when it leaves, have the courage to leave too. Sign 6. Negative synchronicities begin to appear repeatedly. Aries, have you ever paid attention to how the universe communicates through patterns? When something aligns with your path, you notice positive synchronicities. You think of someone and that person calls you. You need information and it appears out of nowhere. You have an idea and soon after discover that someone is offering exactly what you need to execute it. These meaningful coincidences are signs that you are on the right frequency, walking in the right direction. But the opposite also happens. When the universe is trying to warn you that a door should remain closed, negative synchronicities begin to appear. And these aren't just one or two isolated events. They are repetitive patterns that grab your attention in a way that's impossible to ignore. You're thinking about investing in a business and suddenly you hear 3 different stories of people who lost money in similar situations. You're considering a relationship and you start noticing warning signs everywhere. Conversations that hint at toxic relationships, articles that appear about red flags, friends who share bad experiences similar to what you're going through. These aren't just random coincidences. They are messages orchestrated by the cosmos to get your attention. The universe is literally placing warnings in your path, trying to make you pause and reconsider before taking the next step. And the more you ignore them, the stronger and more frequent these signs become. It's as if the universe is increasing the volume of the message because you're not paying attention. For you, Aries, who tends to be impulsive and goal-oriented, it can be tempting to ignore these signs. You might rationalize each one individually. That story you heard doesn't apply to your situation. That article that popped up was just a coincidence. That comment from your friend has nothing to do with what you're going through. But when you put all these points together and look at the bigger picture, the message becomes crystal clear. The universe is warning you. It's showing you through multiple channels that you need to be careful, that something isn't right, that door is closed for a good reason. And here's what makes negative synchronicities so important. They often bring information you need but don't want to hear. They show you perspectives you're avoiding considering. They force you to confront inconvenient truths you'd rather ignore. And while it's uncomfortable, that discomfort is precisely what can save you from terrible decisions. Think of it this way. If you were walking towards a cliff and several different people started shouting warnings for you to stop, would you ignore them all and keep walking just because you were determined to get there? Of course not. You would stop and look around to understand why so many people are trying to warn you. Negative synchronicities work the same way. They are warnings coming from the universe through multiple channels, and you need the wisdom to stop and pay attention. When you start noticing a pattern of negative synchronicities related to a specific situation, don't ignore it. Don't dismiss it as paranoia or negative thinking. Stop and truly reflect on what the universe is trying to tell you. Write down these synchronicities. Look at the pattern. Ask yourself what message is being communicated through these seemingly coincidental events. And above all, have the humility to consider that perhaps you are blind to something important and that the cosmos is trying to open your eyes. The universe is always communicating with us, but we only receive the messages when we are willing to listen. And sometimes the most important messages are precisely those that come in the form of warnings, alerts, doors closing to protect us from dangerous paths. Pay attention to negative synchronicities. They may be saving you from something much worse than a missed opportunity. They may be saving you from an averted disaster. Sign 7. Your physical body begins to give warning signs and discomfort. Aries, your body is far wiser than you imagine. While your mind can be deceived, your thoughts can be confused, and your emotions can betray you. Your physical body carries an ancestral wisdom that is directly connected to universal energy. And when the universe is trying to show you that a door should remain closed, it often uses your own body as a messenger. Have you ever noticed how your body reacts when you're about to make an important decision about something that isn't good for you? Unexplained headaches might arise whenever you think about that situation. Your stomach might churn every time you prepare to take the next step. You might feel tension in your shoulders, tightness in your chest, or a deep fatigue that doesn't make sense considering your activity level. Your sleep might be disturbed, with recurring nightmares or insomnia on the nights leading up to crucial moments. For someone with your fiery energy, who lives so intensely in mind and willpower, it can be easy to ignore or minimize these physical signs. You take a headache pill and move on. You attribute the tension to normal life stress. You blame the insomnia on overworking. But here's the truth you need to understand. Your body doesn't lie. When it's consistently uncomfortable about a specific situation, it's trying to tell you something crucial. The human nervous system is incredibly sensitive to energies and vibrations that the conscious mind cannot directly process. Your body picks up signals of danger, incompatibility, and misalignment long before you have mental clarity about what is wrong. That's why you can meet someone and instantly feel a knot in your stomach, even if the person seems completely normal on the surface. That's why you might be considering an opportunity that looks great on paper, but your body tenses up just thinking about moving forward with it. And the universe uses these bodily signals as one of the most direct ways to communicate with you, because it's something you can't fully rationalize. You can convince your mind of almost anything. You can create elaborate justifications. You can ignore your emotions. You can suppress your instincts. But it's much harder to ignore a body that is literally screaming discomfort. When you notice that your body is always reacting negatively to the same situation or decision, stop and listen. Don't push it away with medication, don't ignore it with distractions, don't minimize it by saying it's just stress. Ask your body what it's trying to tell you. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and feel where the tension is. Ask that part of your body why it's reacting that way. And then listen. Not with your analytical mind, but with your inner wisdom. Sometimes the message is clear. You're in a toxic situation that's literally making you sick. Sometimes it's more subtle. Your body senses that this path isn't aligned with your higher purpose, even if your mind hasn't yet figured out why. Either way, these physical signs are one of the most important warnings the universe can give you that a door needs to remain closed for your own good. And here's something profound. When you finally let go of what isn't meant for you, when you stop forcing that door that should stay closed, you'll notice something incredible happening to your body. Unexplained pains disappear. Chronic tension dissolves. Your sleep improves. Your energy returns. It's as if your body was waiting for you to make the right choice so it can finally relax and heal. This isn't a coincidence. It's confirmation that you're finally aligned with what the universe has been trying to show you all along. Honor the wisdom of your body. It is your most trusted ally on this journey. When it repeatedly gives you warning signs about something, listen. This may be the voice of the universe itself guiding you away from danger and towards what truly serves your highest good. Sign 8. You receive similar advice from multiple disconnected sources. There's something absolutely fascinating about how the universe orchestrates messages when it needs you to pay attention, Aries. It's as if the cosmos uses every tool at its disposal to make you stop and really listen. And one of the most unmistakable ways this happens is when you start receiving the same advice, the same warning, the same perspective from multiple people who have no connection to each other. Think about it. You're considering an important decision. You talk to your best friend about it, and they raise a specific concern. A few days later, you talk to a family member who knows nothing about that previous conversation, and this person mentions the exact same concern using different words. Then you go for coffee with a coworker who doesn't know your friend or your family member, and suddenly this person also brings up the same point of view. And if that weren't enough, you watch a random video or read an article that basically repeats the same message. For you, Aries, who values your independence and your ability to make your own decisions so much, it can be tempting to dismiss this as coincidence or as people being overly cautious. You might think everyone is wrong, that they don't understand your situation, that you know better than they do what's right for you. And in many situations, you really do know. But when the same message comes from completely unconnected sources, the universe is practically screaming at you to pay attention. Think of it as the cosmos using different voices to reach you because you didn't listen the first time. It's as if the universe is saying, if you don't want to hear it directly from me through your intuition, I'll put this message in the mouths of people you respect. If you ignore those people, I'll make the message appear in a book, in a movie, in a song, on a street sign. I'll keep showing you this truth through every possible channel until you finally stop and consider that maybe there's something important here that you're refusing to see. And here's what makes this especially significant. Usually these repeated messages touch on something you're avoiding confronting. They point to the inconvenient truth you don't want to admit. They reveal the blind spot you have about the situation. And while it's uncomfortable to have multiple people saying essentially the same thing, especially when it contradicts what you want to do, that discomfort is a gift. It's the universe trying to save you from a mistake you'll regret later. Now, this doesn't mean you need to blindly follow every piece of advice you receive. Not every opinion deserves to be heeded. But when you notice a clear pattern of multiple disconnected sources bringing the same perspective, you need to at least stop and seriously consider what is being said. You need to honestly ask yourself, Are all these people seeing something I don't want to see? Is my desire for something blinding me to important truths? Is the universe using these voices to protect me from something? And here's a valuable tip on how to discern when these repeated pieces of advice are truly signs from the universe versus just random opinions. Pay attention to how you feel deep down when you hear this advice. If you feel that sense of recognition, that tightness in your chest that whispers there's truth in it even if you don't want to admit it, then it's probably a real sign. If you feel only superficial irritation but no deep resonance, it may just be noise. The universe respects your free will. It will never force you to do anything. But it also won't let you walk towards danger without at least trying to warn you in every possible way. And using the voices of people around you is one of the most effective strategies the cosmos has to reach you. So when you notice this pattern of similar advice coming from disconnected sources, have the humility to stop, truly listen, and consider that the universe may be closing that door to protect you from something you can't yet clearly see on your own. Sign 9. Better opportunities start to appear when you're about to commit. This last sign is perhaps the most revealing and at the same time the most difficult to deal with, Aries. Imagine the situation. You've spent months, maybe years working towards something. You've invested time, energy, emotional resources, maybe even money. You're finally at the point of making it happen, of signing that contract, of making that commitment, of taking that definitive step. And then out of absolutely nothing, a different opportunity appears. And it's not just any opportunity. It's something that resonates deeply with you in a way that the current path never has. For you, this creates a huge internal conflict. Part of you wants to move forward with what was already planned because you've already invested so much. You don't want to be seen as someone who gives up or doesn't keep their commitments. You don't want to disappoint people who are counting on you. You don't want to admit that maybe you've been on the wrong path all this time. But another part of you feels a magnetic pull towards this new opportunity that has arisen. You feel genuine enthusiasm for the first time in a long time. You feel that sense of being in the right place that you didn't feel before. Here is the spiritual truth you need to understand. When the universe closes a door to protect you, it always opens another better door. But it usually waits until the last possible moment to reveal this better door because it needs you to reach the point where you are truly willing to make a choice. If the new opportunity appeared too soon, you might not be ready for it. You might not value what is being offered. You might not have learned the necessary lessons to seize that opportunity in the right way. The timing of better opportunities arising precisely when you are about to commit to something lesser is not a coincidence. It's divine design. It's the universe clearly showing you that a better path is available, but you need the courage to let go of what is good in order to grasp what is excellent. And that requires faith because you can already clearly see the current opportunity, but the new opportunity is still uncertain, still needs exploration, still carries risks and unknowns. For you, Aries, this tests your ability to be flexible and trust the flow of life. Your sign loves being in control, loves making plans and executing them, loves the sense of accomplishment that comes from finishing something you started. But sometimes the universe asks you to let go of that control and trust that what is appearing now, even if it messes up all your plans, is actually what should have been the plan all along. This requires a different kind of courage. Not the courage to persist in what you started, but the courage to change direction when something better reveals itself. And here's something important you need to consider. This pattern of better opportunities arising at the last minute can repeat itself several times in your life until you learn the lesson the universe is trying to teach you. The lesson isn't about the specific opportunity. It's about trusting divine timing. It's about understanding that the cosmos sees a much bigger picture than you can see. It's about having faith that you're not missing anything by following universal redirections, even when they seem inconvenient or confusing at the moment. When this happens to you, when a better opportunity arises just when you're about to commit to something that doesn't completely excite you, stop and really reflect. Don't make an impulsive decision in either direction. Sit down with both options. Feel which one truly resonates with your soul. Ask yourself which path you would choose if you weren't afraid of what people will think, if you weren't tied to what you've already invested, if you weren't worried about seeming inconsistent. And if the new opportunity calls to you in a way that the current one never did, have the courage to follow that call. Yes, it can be uncomfortable to change direction. Yes, you may need to have difficult conversations with people who were counting on your previous plans. Yes, you may feel like you're starting over in a sense. But think of it this way. It's better to start over on the right path than to keep moving forward on the wrong path just because you've already invested a lot in it. The universe is constantly conspiring in your favor, Aries. When it closes a door, it's not to punish or test you. It's to redirect you to something more aligned with your higher purpose. And when it shows you a better opportunity at the last minute, it's because the time has come for you to make a choice that will define the next chapter of your life. Choose with courage. Choose with faith. Choose the path that makes your heart ignite, not the path your stubbornness insists on maintaining. The universe is protecting you, guiding you, showing you the way. You just need the courage to follow. If this message resonated with your zodiac sign, trust me, it's no coincidence. When the universe wants to speak to you, it sends exactly the right signal. And you're here because you needed to hear this today. Your contribution as a subscriber or member is what keeps these messages alive. Messages that touch, awaken, and transform lives. And if this video made sense to you, leave your birth date in the comments. Aries, if you've made it this far, it's because something inside you recognized the truth in these words. You've just discovered the 9 most important signs that the universe is closing doors not to stop you, but to protect you. And now that you know this, your life will never be the same. Because knowledge is power, but only when you act on it. Think about everything we've discussed today. The opportunities that crumble without explanation. That inner resistance that makes no logical sense. People revealing their true intentions at the right moment. Obstacles that arise in sequence like divine warnings. The loss of enthusiasm that shows misalignment. The negative synchronicities that warn you of dangers. Your physical body screaming discomfort. Multiple sources bringing the same message. And better opportunities appearing when you're about to commit to something smaller. Each of these signs is a way for the cosmos to speak to you, guide you, protect you. The question now is, what will you do with this knowledge? Will you continue forcing doors that should remain closed just because your ego refuses to be redirected? Or will you have the courage and wisdom to trust the universe, to let go of what is not meant for you, to embrace the paths that are truly aligned with your greater destiny? The choice is yours, always has been and always will be. But now you choose consciously, clearly, with the understanding that each closed door is an act of divine love sparing you unnecessary suffering. Remember, Aries, your strength isn't just in fighting and conquering. Your true strength lies in knowing when to fight and when to let go. It lies in having the discernment to recognize which battles deserve your energy and which ones you need to leave behind. It lies in trusting that the universe has a better plan than you can imagine, even when that plan involves closing doors you desperately wanted to walk through. You are protected. You are loved. You are guided. Always. And now I want you to do something important. If this video touched you, if these words resonated with your soul, if you recognized your own story in these signs, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with other Aries who need to hear this message. Subscribe to the channel to continue receiving spiritual guidance that will help you navigate your journey with more clarity and confidence. Turn on notifications so you don't miss any new videos that might bring exactly the answer you need tomorrow. And if you feel that these messages truly make a difference in your life, consider becoming a channel member. Your contribution keeps this work alive and allows us to continue creating content that touches, awakens, and transforms lives. You're not just supporting a channel, you're becoming part of a community of awakened souls who believe in divine guidance and the transformative power of self-knowledge. Leave your birth date in the comments so I know you're on this journey with me. And tell me, which of these 9 signs resonated most with you? What situation in your current life made sense after hearing these revelations? I'm curious to hear your story, and your experience can inspire and help other Aries who are going through the same thing. Trust the process, Aries. Trust in divine redirection. Trust that the universe is always working in your favor, even when it seems otherwise. The greatest blessings in your life may be hidden behind the doors you haven't been able to open. And the worst tragedies may be those you avoided simply by having the wisdom to pay attention to the signs and the courage to change direction when the cosmos showed you that you should. You were made for great things, Aries. You were made to shine, to lead, to inspire, to conquer. But you can only do all of that when you're on the right path at the right time with the right people. And the universe is constantly guiding you towards that perfect alignment. All you need to do is listen, trust, and have the courage to follow. The rest is divine magic unfolding in your life in ways you can't even imagine yet. Until the next video, And may the universe continue to protect and guide you always.